going? Good. Well, like Ryan said, I am Daniel Faulkner. I'm a senior, obviously, and I'm from Texas. Thank you. I lived in JBU. And I also lived in North. Everyone in JBU that was happy is now sad. But yeah, I have some pictures up here that shows you a little bit about my life. There's my family. This is my mom and my dad. And that's all of us at the beach, and that's just my brother and two sisters. And then these are some of my kids. And the mic just fell off.
That's good.
Dang, I missed it. Well, okay, I want to explain the one on the top right. This was just after flipping in our canoe. 2 weekends ago? Where's Lauren? Hey, Lauren. Lauren trusted me to be the navigator, and I didn't do as good as I hoped. So we just run into some rapids and just flipped over, and everything fell out, no big deal. That's the Buffalo River at the top right. That's the Buffalo River on the bottom left. That's the little TV. At the top left. Zach Jones is looking really nice. Okay, I did not get that picture. Al did, and I would not have seen that much of Zach's chest, but there it is. And it's nice. Cool. That was the... Throw boys out for Mustache March! Alright. Cool. Yeah, thank you for remembering that. I appreciate that. That's a little bit about me. Tonight I wanted to just talk about something that's really personal to me, something that I've been wrestling with and still trying to figure out. And so I hope that in hearing part of my struggle and my convictions about this, that maybe you get something out of it as well. And the passage that this is based off of is 1 Corinthians 5. That's not true. 2 Corinthians 5. 2 Corinthians 5. I'll just read on the screen. Starting verse 12. We are not trying to commend ourselves to you again, but we are giving you an opportunity to take pride in us, so that you can answer those who take pride in what is seen rather than what is in the heart. If we are out of our mind, as some say, it is for God. If we are in our right mind, it is for you. For Christ's love compels us, because we are convinced that one died for all, and therefore all have died. And he died for all, that those who live should no longer live for themselves, but for him who died for them and was raised again. Well, let's pray to start out. Actually, if you would, pray for me real quick that what I would say would make sense and that it means something to you. God, just thank you so much for this chance to talk in front of my friends and my school, and I just ask that I'll just be used by you and be a vessel for you, and that your words would flow through me and please you. In Jesus' name, amen. Well, this past summer, I was at my best friend's wedding, and I was the best man. And when I found out I was the best man, I was super pumped. And I started thinking about all the awesome implications that it has for like my responsibilities that I get to do and how I can make things awesome and do everything really well. And so I was super pumped about it, and I really put a lot of effort into thinking about ways in which it could be awesome, or ways I could make sure that everything goes as planned. And anyways, I fly in Friday night, and I get there, and everything was not as expected, of course. And all I remember was the bride's sister comes over to me, and she was like, I guess someone like deemed her to be the bearer of bad news, because no one else wanted to do it. And so she's just like trying to talk about something else, and then she's like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and we're going to hold on to the ring. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I was like, wait. What? She's like, Sarah thinks you're going to lose the ring. I was so pissed. And next step from after being offended was then to think of all the reasons why the groom was far less competent to carry the ring than I was. I was just thinking of all the times that I carried this guy through every class, and I was the one that saved him, and I was the responsible one. And I was just so mad that I was like, you think he's your best man, but you don't think I'm going to the ring. I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. And he could tell. He was like, he tried to make it seem like it was her fault, and that he really wanted me to be the one that had the ring, but I bet he was part of it too. It made himself feel better, like he was more responsible. So, anyways, I was forgetting the fact that I am forgetful. Some of you may know this. I didn't want to be someone that was forgetful. I wanted to be someone who just had it down and I could do this. And so I kind of, in that moment, I was deceiving myself with my own inability because I was like, no, I can do this. I want to do this. And that desire to want to be successful and to want to do good is a part of me, except amplified like 100 times worse and more so with my just ability to love God and my ability to do good and to succeed in being who I want to be. In preparation for tonight, I was thinking about like, okay, what can I do to progress through my years at JBU? So I like went through old journals and stuff. And one of the only themes that I found in all the journal entries is like they always started out with like, I'm sorry, God. Please help me, God. And like, God, I suck so bad at this. Like every journal entry was like how much I couldn't be the person I wanted to be or succeed at the things I wanted to succeed at. And so there's one thing that I have to share with you over my last 4 years of spiritual walk is that I can't do it, clearly. And so I really can't. And if I think that I'm forgetful, 10 times more true is it that I can't be a good Christian. I can't do all these things. And so I think this applies to a story from last semester. I was in a class that I was independent studying, and the class was just, there wasn't very many of us in the class, and the professor of the class was someone that I was kind of friends with, and anyways, I'd had a lot of classes with this guy, and I really enjoyed the class, and we go through the class, and it gets to the end, there's this really big paper. But long story short, I developed this habit, me and my friends had developed this habit to where if this professor, the certain one, didn't like explain things the way that we thought was correct, which we felt like happened sometimes, was like, okay, we don't understand, he said this on syllabus, and now he's saying this, so whatever, we're just not going to do it. And it's like all of us would team up and be like, we're not going to do this, because none of us know this, so if we all don't know how, he can't fail us. That was kind of my mindset, so I basically applied that to the last paper for him that was due, and there was like some confusion I had, and I could change, it was due at midnight, I was like, whatever, I'm going to turn it in at 5 a.m. So I stayed up all night finishing it, and turned it in, I sent an email just like, hey, so if you want to count off late, you can, sorry, this is what I have. Sent the email, and then like the next morning, I'm sitting in Walker, and like one of the email comes up. The next big news. And it was like super concise. It was like, Daniel, syllabus says, I know I stepped late work, and this is late, so you get a 0 on the paper, and you fail the class. And I was like, this can't happen to me. I'm a senior, and I know I'm taking 13 hours next semester, and I know that I want to have fun senior year, and I know that I don't want to take, but I think I was going to take 14, and then now I had to take 17, and retake the whole class, and like, I was just freaking out for the next 2 days trying to figure out what just happened to me. I didn't even believe it happened. Like, when I got there, I was like, he's in this one person. This isn't me. This is the other guy in the class that we need to send this to. And so I was, long story short, what happened was in the moment I had kind of reasons for why it wasn't my fault maybe, or initial, like, he's never even like counted off for being late, much less he's always accepted it late, and now he's giving me a 0, not even like an 80 or something. Like, it's a 0. And the thing was that I realized was grace that he was giving me no longer was a gift once I accepted it. And I had expected it because it's what he had done. And so I had presumed upon that. It's like, well, he's done it in the past, and so like it wasn't like every time he did it, I appreciated him and was like, you know what, like, maybe, yeah, this didn't make sense, but you don't have to take this in late. You're the professor, you can do whatever you want to. The syllabus says this is when it's due. Even if I'm confused, even if the whole class is confused, you can do whatever you want to. You're the professor. When you say it's due, it's due. Doesn't mean I can make excuses and change things. And that mindset left me because it's been 4 years of me just kind of going into autopilot zone, and so I just expected it. And so I think it no longer became grace because I expected it, and it was something that was just supposed to happen. It became a part of me, not necessarily something I was given. And that's one thing I want to say that applies to the rest of tonight is that you can't pocket grace. It's kind of a weird phrase. I don't know if I have it in a slide. I don't think I do. You can't pocket grace. You can't put it in your pocket and take it with you. I think my whole life I've been told like grace is a gift. And that's kind of just like the phrase for salvation is like grace is a free gift. And what I focus on in that, and rightly so, is that it's an awesome gift, and I focus on how much I don't deserve it, and how like there's this whole story of the gospel we've all heard of how like we didn't deserve this gift. But I still think of it as like a Christmas gift, which means it was given to me, so I have it. It's my gift now. It was an awesome gift. I didn't deserve it, but it's mine now. And that's what happens. That's what I mean when I say pocket grace. It's no longer I'm a receiver, and that's the only posture I have. It's okay, I'm a receiver, but I can take it with me a little bit. I can hold on to it a little bit. I can walk around with it, do whatever I want to with it. So I think there's 3 reasons I have for me why I can't pocket grace. For one, it's because I have holes in my pockets. I can't hold on to it. You guys have heard this many times, me and JBU, like how sinful we are and how depraved our heart is, and how Martin Luther says we have a heart that's turned in on itself. We have a heart that's bent towards our own desires and our own elevation and our own lordship and our own control, even though we know 100 times, 1,000 times that it's going to betray us, but we still have that heart. And so, for one, my pockets have holes in them. For two,